Hello, this is Billy Core from the Nostalgia Mall, and welcome back to Packvember. And in this edition of Packvember, we're going to do something very mean to this poor innocent Packard Bell Legend 130 CD Supreme. I feel horrible about this. This is a beautiful example of a Packard Bell 3x3 desktop, aside from a few nicks in the plastic. Love this computer. But my YouTube audience is very important to me, and I think you will agree that this will be an interesting video subject. Without further ado, we are going to install Windows NT 4.0 workstation on this Packard Bell. This is something I normally don't do. In fact, I don't think I've ever done it to a Packard Bell before. NT4 and I have not had the best relationship. You see, I use these, as I've said, I use these old computers primarily for retro gaming. And NT4 is not designed for that. It's designed for business and office use. And while it has a more stable kernel and much better support for a lot of other things, it can't really play DOS games. Well, it can, but without the sound support, probably. And there are certain Windows games that just won't run properly on it, such as Earthworm Jim, for example. So that's why it's never my first choice. In fact, it's usually my very last choice for an old computer. But with it being Packvember, and the fact that we had an unsuccessful attempt at NT4 this past summer on a newer Pentium 3 system, I figured now would be the right time to give NT4 a try on one of these. So let's get going. Get this over with. This computer can't boot from a CD-ROM natively, but I'll use a bootloader floppy that may work. And of course, I'm using this on a spare CF card. I have a Windows 95 and a Windows 3.1 installation on each of those cards, so I don't want to destroy them for this. Okay, I don't think that worked. I may have to make an NT4 boot floppy. Let me look into doing that. Okay, I have returned with boot floppies that will hopefully work. So let's just restart this and hope for the best. Okay, getting further than we did before. Apologies for the flickering. My phone doesn't have a setting to fix that. This is probably going to take a few minutes. Okay, it's doing something. Yes, we have 24 megs of memory in here. It's still booting from disk number 2. Still got one more to go. All right, here we go. Okay, we'll just let it do its thing, I guess. Disc 3, here we go. No, I didn't label them. This is a standard Atapi CD-ROM, so it shouldn't have any issue with that. And it doesn't, so we're past that hurdle. I don't need all those SCSI drivers. I don't have SCSI on here. Okay, guess we'll continue and hope for the best. Alright, looks like it's reading the CD. Okay, everything looks good there. Well, this is not a mouse port. But that still looks like the best option. Okay, we'll delete this partition and make a new one. We're going to use the FAT file system because we're using a CF card, and NTFS would not run well on this. When in it. We'll skip that. We don't need that. Alright, it's copying the files over from the CD, so we'll let it do its thing again. Alright, if there's a floppy disk inserted, remove it. We'll leave the CD in just in case. I don't know how accurate that message is. All right. Definitely a good sign. Has a very bland startup screen, I have to admit. Basically the same setup wallpaper as Windows 95, although from what I've heard it is a little bit different. But I don't really know what the differences are. Okay, we'll go through the setup wizard. We'll do custom, why not? Okay. Typing in an awkward angle. Okay, PB mistake. I was putting it on here is a mistake. We'll skip all this stuff here. And I'll give it all the games and multimedia. Okay, just going to initialize some network stuff. Wired to the network. Yes, we are. Doubt it has a driver for this network card. It's a PCI 3Com card. I think it's a little bit newer than NT4 is. So yeah. I do have a driver disk though. I hopefully has NT4 on it. There we go. TCP/IP, of course. And we'll let it do all that. And having network access will be convenient for this. Okay, I guess we can move. I guess it's fine the way it is. Okay, just going to start the network. Hopefully. PB mistake, that's going to be funny. Alright, we'll let it finish the setup. Alright, we are not in the UK, so we'll set it to US Eastern Time. Okay, it detected the video card. Okay, just gonna test it. Hey, that looks good to me. Yes. My friend Elmo3 has installed NT4 on a similar Packard Bell. And he said everything worked out of the box except for the sound card. Of course, these Packard Bells use these weird Sound Galaxy Washington cards, so but they are Sound Blaster Pro compatible, so all you have to do is just tell NT4 to use Sound Blaster Pro and it works good enough. So hopefully that will be the case for this computer as well. I think we're just about done. I'll save the configuration. Okay, Windows NT4 has been successfully installed. So move that network card disk and tell it to reboot. Get the CD out. I believe this has Service Pack 1 built in. I'm actually downloading Service Pack 6 at the moment, so hopefully we can get this upgraded to give, maybe it'll give it a little bit more compatibility, who knows. Okay, always gives you an option of regular or VGA mode. And here's that dull looking splash screen. But hey, if this was being used for a business, then they didn't need anything fancy looking. Alright, we got full 256 color. Control Alt Delete to log on. Alright. And just as I suspected, no sound, but I think we can sort that out. As you can see, this looks just like Windows 95 for the most part. Let's see if we can go to devices, or no, we'll go to multimedia. And add this. Oh, it I guess it wants the CD back. Don't want that. Okay, I think it's actually interrupt 5. Alright, we'll tell it to restart. Still no sound. Still no sound. I don't know why. And we did need to use, oh wait, there's a sound icon. Oh, I can just barely hear it. It's just really, really quiet. We'll just turn everything up. There we go. Now we got sound. It was just really, really quiet. So, alright, we'll go to System Properties, NT, version 4. And again, notice we don't have a device manager. This computer does, NT4 does not have native plug-and-play support. And I still don't understand why Windows 95 had it, but NT4 couldn't. Maybe to give power users better control of certain things. I don't know. But let's see if we've got a canyon.mid on here. Let me take the CD out first. I'm going to win, isn't it? All right, here we go. Well, MIDI works, and we even get canyon.mid. I'm surprised NT4 actually included that. I guess we can set us up a wallpaper. I think there's a Windows NT4 background. There we go. Basically the splash screen we saw when we logged in. So I will go ahead and install Service Pack 6 and we will proceed from there. We've already gotten further than last time with that Pentium 3. We actually have working sound. Okay, it's now showing as Service Pack 6. This is the latest and greatest Service Pack available for Windows NT4. Come to think of it, I probably could have also put NT351 on here. That would have been an interesting experience. It's basically this, but with the Windows 3.1 interface. Okay, that sound effect is my favorite part of NT4. It's what makes it all worthwhile. Alright, Service Pack 6 seems to be working okay. That's always a good thing. One interesting thing about NT4 is you get the Windows 3.1 style clock program. This mouse needs to be cleaned. And we still get the Windows CD player, of course. And Microsoft Paint. Same old similar apps that you'd get on 95. But we also get Space Cadet Pinball from Microsoft Plus for Windows 95. And this time we'll have sound. Oh, forgot the controls, there we go. A little bit of a lag in the MIDI music, though, I will say that. Doesn't sound quite right. I know for a fact I played this in Windows 95, and it sounds fine on here. An NT4 special. There's no doubt about that. That'll take too long to play. Okay, let's try a game I'm fairly certain will run okay on here. Fatty Bear's Birthday Surprise. These old children's games are usually pretty NT friendly. So I don't think we'll have any issue. We just gotta wait for it to test the CD-ROM drive speed. Sound is a little bit scratchy, but that may be more of a driver issue.
Good night, Kayla.
Good night, Dad. Tomorrow's my birthday, and Mom and Dad did have a big surprise
Whoa,
for me.
what was that?
Good night, Fatty Bear. You be good. I love you, Fatty Bear.
There's a lot of work to do before Kayla wakes up. I want to make her a big, beautiful birthday cake. Oh, will she ever be surprised?
I'd better get busy too. I've got a lot of decorating to do. I'm even going to make Kayla a happy birthday sign for her bulletin board.
Oh, Gretchen, that sounds wonderful. I need to go to the kitchen and make Kayla's birthday cake.
Fatty Bear, would you like some help making the birthday cake? I'm a heck of a cleaner-upper.
Oh, yes. Thank you, Matilda Rabbit. That would be nice.
Okay, this is playing pretty okay. Sound for aside from the scratchy sound. Yeah, that's what this computer's eventually going to do if it runs NT4 any longer. I like to keep these kind of Packard Bells on Windows 3.1 or Windows 95. They're just the most appropriate to me. Just going to see how some of the songs sound on here.
Good evening, Fatty Bear. Now don't you stay up too late.
And with that, we'll say goodbye to Fatty Bear. Okay, one game that I want to try that I know is not Windows NT friendly, Earthworm Jim. I played it on XP in Windows 2000, we'll attempt it on XP in 2000, and without the proper fixes, which is a little convoluted, this game does not work properly at all.
Groovy!
Now this part will work. Well, maybe. Did we just crash? What's going on here? There's our CPU usage, by the way. This is a Pentium 100. Let me try opening it from outside of the auto run. Oh, this is even worse than 2000 and XP. It won't even start. Dr. Watson kicks in and says, "No way." Now it won't even start. So yeah, that's another reason why I don't play Earthworm Jim on here, because it's one of my favorite games. And if I can't play it, then what's the point of having NT4? But again, we gotta remember this was meant for businesses and power users, people who weren't interested in anthropomorphic worms. So yeah. Okay, I'm going to try another game here. This is a game I've actually never played before, but Elmo3 recommended I try this in NT4 because he's tried it before, and if you try to launch it within NT, it will give you a very, very hilarious error message. So let's watch this. I don't think it has an auto run. I think this is from the 3.1 era. Oh. This is a game called Thinking Things Collection 1. I don't want to register. Oh, there's Dr. Watson again. He's not happy. Oh, okay, it actually works. We didn't get the error message. It must be on another version. When Luke tried this on his NT4 install, it may have been on another Thinking Things version. It gave him an error message, and on the top of the dialog box it said Ren says, and then at the bottom in the actual text it said, "You idiot, this is not Chicago." So whoever programmed that must have been a Ren and Stimpy fan, and Chicago, it's probably referencing the beta of Windows 95, which was called Chicago.
Hey there, I'm Oranga.
Never played this.
You go first.
No.
See you later.
I'm surprised this is working.
Cripple shop. How simply marvelous. Cripples. I like yellow and curly hair. Please. Oh, darling, thank you. Ta-ta. Hi. Any fribbles in the shop? I like green. And big eyes. Pretty please with a cherry on top? Gee, thank you. Bye.
Okay, so looks like that game works. I'm surprised by that. Now, one thing I know will not work is a DOS game. So let me map my network drive. And I'll go to DOS. We'll try Sky Road's Christmas Special. I'll be really surprised if we get any sound. Yep. Completely silent. So this is another thing NT4 is not good at. You can't really play DOS games on it, which really no surprise there. Epic Pinball, will that work? Nope, it just crashes. See why I prefer Windows 9X and Jazz Jackrabbit. Be surprised if this does anything. Yep. So, DOS gaming is a no-go. Just out of curiosity, NT4 actually supports Internet Explorer 6, which could not run on Windows 95. You could only run it on 98 and later. But NT4 is just special in that way. It'll take it. So I just want to see what IE6 will look like with a Windows 95 style look to it. Thank you for visiting the Nostalgia Mall. If you liked what you saw, please like, subscribe, and follow me on Facebook and X. You may also support me on Patreon if you'd like. Until next time, this is Billy Core, signing off.